Hi, I'm Ed. Today we're going to make marinated skirt steak. As we know, skirt steak is a long, skinny cut. It's got a little fat. Just leave that on. It'll melt off when we're grilling it. So we're going to make a little marinade because this goes great with a marinade. And to do a marinade, we want some sweet, some sour, some salt, some pepper, some oil, a little garlic for flavor. So I'm going to use for the sweet, I'm going to use a little honey. For the salt, I'm going to use soy sauce because that will give us a little umami flavor. 1 lemon, 2 cloves of garlic, few pepper. I'm going to put whole pepper corns instead of ground pepper. I put this Worcestershire sauce out because you could throw a little of that in. That would add some salt and umami just like the soy sauce if you like the taste of Worcestershire. I'm not going to put it in, I just wanted to show that to you. So let me get the ingredients ready and mix it up. Making a marinade is not an exercise in precision. It's you can kind of mess around with it as you wish, but as long as you have the key ingredients. So putting the juice of 1 lemon, putting a couple tablespoons just by eye of olive oil. You don't need extra virgin for this because it's just going to be soaking in the meat. I like soy sauce, so I'm going to put about a tablespoon in there, just again by eye, no big deal. And we need a little bit of sweetness, so I'm going to put in, again, maybe a tablespoon of honey, just by eye, and some peppercorns. I'm not adding salt separately because the soy sauce is so salty. So here's our last ingredient, the garlic, which I've just smashed. I didn't even barely chop it up. Just gonna mix it together. You don't have to like emulsify this, you're just mixing it. Then I'm going to put our skirt steak in a gallon plastic bag. You could do this in a bowl or a baking tray, but this way you get maximum contact of the marinade and the meat and minimum exposure to air, which could give you a little oxidization. All the liquid, marinade liquid in. If you don't have enough liquid, you can add a little olive oil or lemon juice just right now. Then I squish it around to make maximum contact. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to add a little extra olive oil just so there's more contact. Then I'm going to squish it gently to get as much air out as possible and seal it up. Now into the fridge for minimum 1 hour, maximum overnight, but 1 to 4 hours is kind of typical. Do this at lunchtime, you'll be ready for dinner. Perfect. And I take it out every hour or two and just squish it around to make sure there's every part of it's in contact. See you in a couple hours at the grill. Alright, so we've got good contact with all the parts of the meat. We got most of the air out. Now we can actually get a little more out. Now just into the fridge. And we'll revisit this guy tomorrow. The skirt steak's marinated overnight now, and just took it out and patted it down a little bit with paper towel. What I sometimes do, I mean this piece is quite long, so just to make it a little easier to handle on the grill, I'm just going to cut these in half. And when you're grilling these, you can see they're quite thin, so they'll cook pretty fast, but the marinating has helped them get a little bit softened up. The acids, the lemon juice breaks down the muscle fibers a little. And what we're trying to do is like kind of melt the fat. And then that's it. We're just going to put these guys on the grill for just a couple minutes on each side. I'm going to kind of char them a little bit. Let me cut this one in half too, again, just for ease of handling on the grill. Reach at the grill. And we've preheated our grill pretty high. It's kind of a medium-high direct heat because I just want to char them a little bit. I mean, I'm using a gas grill, obviously. With a charcoal grill, you could make it really hot too. So I'm just going to put on my little skirt steaks and maybe just 2 minutes on each side with direct heat. They're very thin, so we don't want to overcook them. So 2 minutes at high direct heat or up. I'm just going to flip them over. We got some nice grill marks going here, and we'll do another 2 minutes, and then we'll put them on. The burners are off on this side, so we'll put them over here to rest for a couple of minutes. So the other 2 minutes are done for this side, so I'm just going to put them off the heat on the side just to let them cook through and rest for a minute. Maybe 2-3 minutes. I'm going to turn down the heat all the way. and that way they'll cook through and melt some of that residual fat in the veins of the meat, in the grain. Final step in doing our skirt steak is to slice it. Now, we saw clearly the grain was going that way, so we want to cut across the grain. The easiest way is to just do it in 45-degree angle like this. And let's take a look at the inside. Perfect. Red, but all the fat's like dissolved and melted. And you can just serve it just like this with some sides, or you can put this in tacos. It's really great in tacos, or make fajitas. Great for Mexican food. So here you go. Skirt steak on the grill. Enjoy.